Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Aligned and Soulful Success. My name is Kavita Melwani, and I am a spiritual success and business coach specializing in helping empaths have a purposeful, profitable business that are aligned with their soul. So, this week, I want to talk about business frenzy, and maybe if you're empathic, it could be overwhelm as well. What I hear from a lot of business owners when you ask, "How are you doing?" is usually, "Oh, I've been so busy. I have all these things to do. There just doesn't seem to be enough time to finish everything." Or even more, "I don't know where to focus. I'm not sure where I should be spending my time and energy." Or they are spending their time and energy doing a lot of things and they continue to do those things. And when things are not working well, they will add more tasks. And so it becomes then after some time this situation where there is always a long list of things to do. There's always so much that needs to be completed or seemingly needs to be completed. And if the person took the business owner, the entrepreneur took some time to actually examine and look at their business, then they may make some different decisions and look at their business honestly, and not just when I work with people to look at their business, we don't just look at numbers. We also look at the emotional aspects of the business, the blocks and things that maybe you want to do but are not doing, and things you're hanging on to because you feel that you need to hang on to that. You don't need you can't let go of it for whatever reason, right? So all those aspects are so important as an entrepreneur, and they are actually a big factor in someone's success. Because if you're just doing the same things or doing a lot of things and just adding more when things are not working out, that is a recipe for burnout. Okay. So, how do you stop this? How do you know if you're in this place right now? So, first, if you are feeling like, whatever organizational system you use, and I hope you're using something, even if it's just a paper, okay? But whatever system you're using, you just keep moving tasks to the next day and the next day and the next day, and things just don't seem to get done, right? Or you're constantly running out of time. Um, Maybe you worry about things that need to be done and they're not done. Maybe you wake up at night remembering something that you had to finish and didn't. Well, then it's time to really take a look at your business. And that is the importance of CEO time, because there's one role of actually being in your business and doing the work of your business, right? And that is like, if you work with clients, for instance, that's doing the client work, and even maybe some content creation, or other aspects of organization, keeping track of your finances. For those of you that are entrepreneurs, you know that there are so many things and aspects of running a business. Now, I don't recommend you do them all yourself all the time. That's a different topic, right? But really taking the time now out of those tasks to take a kind of a bird's eye view of your business. Examine, what is it that you've been working on? How are you spending your time? And when you look at different buckets of time, right? So you can look at, well, what is my marketing time? And how am I spending my marketing time? How am I spending my client time? And how am I spending my organizational time and the financial time, right? And so you could even, when you look at how you're spending your time, look at those aspects and then look at, what are the results that I'm getting right now? What are the results that I'm receiving from each of those areas, right? So, what are the financial results? What are the marketing results? What are the client results, right? And so, looking at all those results, and then once you've looked at all of those aspects, then you can check in to see, well, what can I do? What are the possibilities here to make this better? Right? Looking at what you're actually doing and see how you can make it better, and then see what comes up. So, when we want to make changes, often we're going to have resistance come up, right? I know I've had that so many times in my business. And there are times where I felt like I am in that mode of doing and I just keep adding. I've done it, right? Just keep adding. Oh, it's not working. I'll do another thing. I'll do another thing. Oh, look at what this person's doing. I'm going to add that. That seems to be working, right? And then pretty soon there's this long list of tasks. All of them don't get done. Probably the ones that get done may be rushed, and there's a constant sense of stress, right? And like urgency going on. And so, what I'm calling like the frenzy, right? So, it's time to stop that and really take some time out for the CEO time, as I described. Now, you may say, I don't have time to do that, right? So that's usually a reaction that I get from people. It's like, when am I going to do that? I already have all these things on my list. I'm going to ask you, if you are not getting the results that you want in your business, then you have to make the time. You have to make the time. What is one activity or a couple of activities that you can postpone, delay, delegate? If you have people to delegate in it, may be a household task, to give you some time to look at your business and be an entrepreneur, right? And to be that kind of CEO, C-level role, right, of your business. Because if you're not doing that, you're just in this kind of frenzy mode, most likely a lot of the time. Okay. And then another aspect to this, it's really helpful to have a fresh set of eyes to look at that. And not only just to look at the numbers, like I was saying, but to look at the other aspects. Like, what are the things that you're not seeing? What are maybe some kind of blind spots there that you're not able to recognize on your own? Right. And so if you have a partner in your business, then maybe you can look at that together. I always believe in receiving coaching. If having a coach basically is to help you get somewhere faster than you could on your own, right? So, having someone that is good at that, a good coach that can help you see where you are, what you're not seeing, because sometimes we can't see it. Our brain, we have conditioning, right? We're conditioned to see certain things, to recognize certain things. And there may be things you're not noticing, maybe areas that you can improve, areas of things you can let go of, but you're not really sure what those are. And you feel kind of stuck in those. Okay. So then once you kind of do that, maybe work with someone to help you look at what areas you can change, then it's time to actually make the changes. Okay. And so when you're making those changes, that's where a lot of resistance can often come up, because going out in and making changes in the way that we've always done something is uncomfortable, right? It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to bring up this sense of, this doesn't feel that great. So last week I talked about, this idea of the difference between intuition and whether it's actually just fear because it's something new, or is it actually not a good path for you, right? And so sometimes where we can get confused is when something's uncomfortable, not because it's the wrong path, but it's something we've never done before. It's something new, right? It's a new direction, path, marketing activity, or even we're so used to doing something and we don't do that and we let go of it. That can also create some stress and worry. And then when we let go of something, that uncomfortable feeling comes, and then often there's the regret that may follow, right? Which may be this questioning more than regret, but the questioning of, was that really a good idea? Right? Anytime we make a decision, we're saying yes to something and no to something. Okay. And so when you do that, the thing that you're saying no to, we can question if that was the right thing. Was that the right direction? Did I make the right decision? Right. And so that is actually a normal and natural part of the process of change. So that doesn't mean you're going down the wrong path. It just means that you're doing something different. Okay. And so allowing yourself to feel that and really check in with that and go through that kind of feeling of questioning, maybe some regret, remorse about your choice, and continue to move forward. Okay. Um, if you want to learn more about accessing your intuition, I talk a little bit more about that in a few of my podcast episodes. And last week, I talked a little bit about that intuition versus fear piece. And so for now, I want you to take a breath and stop. Stop the doing, stop the hamster wheel, stop the just checking off your list, especially if you're seeing the things that I'm talking about, where you just keep moving tasks to the next day, the next week, the next month. If you have so many things on your list that you're not able to complete everything all the time, you're feeling stressed, you're being woken up at night because of this worry of, or you remember things that you need to do. So if it's a lot of that and that's how you're feeling in your business, then it's time to take the CEO time and examine what you're doing. And like I shared, you can examine it in buckets, right? So you can take each different areas of your business and examine each thing, and then look at where you can make some changes. And don't forget the internal work and having a new set of eyes to help you look at that of someone else, a different perspective, right? There are so many things that we often don't see on our own, and so that's the value of that. And so what I want for you is to have your purposeful, profitable businesses, right? And so I hope that doing this time will help you see where you can make a change, even if it's just one change moving forward, and even if you can let go of some things, and in the future maybe even delegate if that's possible for you. Okay, so until next week, here's to your success. Take good care. Bye.